Any update on the protective barrier?
We've put in all our resources to repair it, but if those tacit discords keep coming at us, it might not hold up for long. I presume you must be Rover. Maybe we've met somewhere before. Anyway, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Taoqi, a director at the Ministry of Development. I'm in charge of our defense fortifications. Thank you for lending us a hand. It's our defense system against the retroact rain. It does a good job of keeping the city safe from the rain's effects. Once the protective barrier breaks down, tacit discords could manifest from inside Jinzhou City.
Rover, remember what I told you earlier? The retroact rain is essentially condensed droplets of remnant energy that fall from the etheric sea. This remnant energy makes it a magnet for tacit discords. It records events from all times and places, allowing those who come in contact with it to witness illusions of past events. That's what we call the phantoms of retroact rain. It kind of works like how resonators resonate with the world. The more you're exposed to the rain, the more realistic those phantoms become. Oh, and here's another interesting fact about the retroact rain. When it's raining across a large area, illusions pulled from the memories of multiple people can manifest at once. Nice catch, Rover. Jinzhou has been a battleground for centuries. That's why it has to deal with the Threnodian that represents the concept of war. And wars will lead to deaths. Once the retroact rain reaches its final stage, there'll be thousands of phantoms. Phantoms of dead soldiers and tacit discords.
This is the one major threat that has been looming over Jinzhou. Our magistrate ordered the construction of this barrier precisely because of that. Indeed, the phantoms should only mechanically repeat what they had been doing. They shouldn't have the ability to interfere with reality. But the retroact rain can be significantly enhanced through the Threnodian's power. As a result, said phantoms become increasingly realistic, to the point of inflicting real harm on humans. In that battle 3 years ago, our soldiers got into a gruesome fight against countless tacit discords, either native to Northal Barrens or produced by retroact rain, and endless swarms of phantoms. Phantoms of tacit discords and our fallen soldiers repeated their indiscriminate attacks on everything in their sight. Soldiers could not tell friends from foe. The relentless rain even recreated the brutal deaths of their comrades, etched in vivid detail. The Northal Barrens turned into a living hell, and to this day, we can still hear the desperate cries.
The battle beneath the Crescent was humanity's first recorded encounter with retroact rain enhanced by Threnodian power. Your previous general sent back valuable video recordings of the rain. Those videos provided crucial information, which allowed nations worldwide to speed up their research on defense against the retroact rain. Our people on the Black Shores have theorized that the Threnodian abnormal moon sightings and the retroact rain may be linked. Yeah, something like that. But it's only a theory. We don't have enough data to verify anything. So, unfortunately, we can't predict retroactor rains yet, but we know it's closely connected with Threnodians reviving. The TD outbreaks are another sign.
The moon just changed in an instant. If this theory turns out to be true, that means...
And Jinzhou's dealing with what happened 3 years ago. The Threnodians' revival is never an independent occurrence. They could sense one another. There's some form of telepathic link. The revival of a Threnodian in Jinzhou will trigger catastrophic events and affect other nations. We gotta hustle back to the Tethys base, recalibrate our lament detector, and warn them before it's too late. Anyway, we'll take our leave now.
Please stay safe. That's all we've gathered so far, Rover. The TD outbreaks won't stop before the end of this reign. We must stay alert.
Mom, there's another wave of them ahead.
Speak of the devil. I'll need to take a very long nap after this. Activate the defense mechanisms! Hold your ground! First. Let's play hide and seek. Playtime's over.
Synchronization.
Here has been dealt with. Let's go reinforce the outpost. It's still under attack.
One is the sound. Huh. 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 Moment of resonance.
Some of us are still fighting there. We must go help them.
Let me be your blade. Shape the shapeless.
Don't worry, I've got this.
This is my ground.
It's Morphin time!
Flame on!
Finally.
We made it! Oh, thank you so much!
It's dangerous here. Let's head back first.
Please tell me this is the last one. Rover, your moves are sharp as always. Dealing with so many TDs seem like a walk in the park for you.
Rover, did you see that?
Now, it's almost identical to what we saw 3 years ago during the battle beneath the Crescent. I'm afraid we're already running out of time.
Report the situation, please.
Madam Magistrate, the barrier has been fully repaired and we've evacuated all residents. We've successfully minimized the damage.
Well done, Director Taoqi. Indeed. It's been a while, Rover. It's been going according to plan, if I may say so. I was made aware of this in advance, and planned out our defense beforehand. Now that we are facing such an emergency, I cannot sit back and wait for Jui to save us. I will act and see my duty through. This is my decision. I have secured some much-needed aid for our city during my visit to the capital. Also, our expert should be ready by now. Rover, do you still remember Jui's message for you? Now we have raindrops that fall upstream, and the Midnight Rangers General in the Norfall Barrens, ready to take on the Overthrax. This must be the right time Jui was talking about. Rover, it's going to be dangerous. You might directly confront a Trinodian. I understand how you must feel, Rover. I have been in a similar situation before, when my life suddenly took a big turn, and I had no choice. You will be remembered as a heroic ally in our defense against external threats, regardless of the outcome of this battle. May victory prevail the lasting night. I will pray for your safe return.
Rover, I have informed border checkpoints across Jinzhou about your trip to the front line. You have been granted unlimited access to all places. Yang Yang, you're one of our outriders. I hope you can go with Rover and provide assistance. You'll need to pass through a tacit field to reach our base in the Desert Rock Highland. Please, be careful.
Rover, Yang Yang, I'll be keeping the city safe as a patroller. Do come back in one piece, okay? Wow, thanks, Rover. Can't believe you still remember that title. I'll live up to it for sure.
It seems the rain is not stopping anytime soon.
The city. What if...
Rest assured, you can count on me.
I will keep everyone safe.
Me too.
Don't forget us, Lion Dance Troop!
We got this!
As you can see, everyone's ready to defend our city.
Rover, Yang Yang, safe travels.
I've informed General Jian that you're heading to his place. He will be meeting up with you soon.
May victory prevail the lasting night.
almost over. Tell truth from facade. Finale. Tell truth from facade. Our enemies are spent! Hold your ground! Tell truth from the sun. It's over! All tacit discords nearby have been dealt with. Now the city's defense. Please update me on the situation in Jinzhou City.
Under Madam Magistrate's command, the barrier has been activated, and citizens are being evacuated to the safe zone. Washu Academy and Ministry of Development are on standby for further instructions. Baiju is overseeing operations at the Academy, while Mortherfee has arrived at the Ministry. Rest assured, we are all safe in the city. And that Rover, she is heading over to meet you. Yang Yang is coming with her.
I see. We have successfully contained the outbreak here at the base. I will go pick them up as soon as possible. The rain's getting heavier. There are signs of tacit discords reviving. Intense frequency fluctuations detected. They'll be passing through that area. I must create a safe passage for them. I need to clear the way for them as quickly as possible. Couple more tacit discords here. Time to get rid of them. Tell truth from facade. Tell truth from facade. Is that the thundering Mephis?
Revival has done significant damage to the environment nearby. Things have gotten even more dangerous out here. The closer we get to Northful Barrens, the worse it gets. The streams feel heavy with dread and the smell of blood. There must be a brutal fight going down in the Desert Rock Island. The tacit field directed Taoqi mentioned should be right up ahead. We must pass through it to reach our base and find General GN. I wonder what other anomalies await us ahead. Is that one of our soldiers? signs are worsening. We must proceed with caution. There, another wounded soldier. The streams are stabilizing.
Are you Yang Yang? Oh, thank goodness.
What happened here?
The thundering Memphis. It came back. I'm part of the Desert Rock Highland Supply Transport Team. This is where our supply station is. We work to keep our soul. We were on our... I barely escaped this place.
Watch out!
It's him, General...
Thundering Memphis. We must bring it down to keep pushing forward. Retreat to advance. Time to fight back. Break! Tell truth from facade.
Synchronization.
Not what you worry.
One with the sound.
Tell truth from facade. Time to fight back. You're wide open. Fear no more.
Swift and resolute. Moment of resonance. No has it one with the sound.
Be gone!
We did it!
The thundering Memphis is a blend of countless fallen soldiers' reverberations. As long as more soldiers are still dying here, it will always return. Not to mention, countless souls of our brave soldiers remain trapped in this rain to this day.
General.
Sorry. I should have arrived sooner. The Phantoms are mere replicas of the past. Since this is our first time meeting, I wouldn't recognize you if I was one of them. But I do wish we could have met sooner, Rover. Madam Magistrate and Taoqi have informed me of your willingness to assist us. Thank you for lending us a hand. I should properly welcome you with Huang Lon's formalities, but as the current situation forbids that, I'll brief you on our plans as fast as possible. I've heard about your deeds from Madam Magistrate. You are a trustworthy ally, according to her. Here, Retroact Rain Antidote, developed by the Academy. While the antidote cannot shield you from its effects entirely, it should at least lessen the hallucinations. For someone to show up as a phantom in the Retroact Rain, two conditions must be met. Prior exposure to the rain, and a deep connection to the affected area. You were found in the Gorges of Spirits only recently, and this is your first time setting foot in Jinzhou, ruling out that possibility. Moreover, you possess a similar ability with the legendary hero who once absorbed Threnodian. Jue prophesied about your arrival. I was told you'd come to the Norfall Barrens one day to reclaim your lost power from Overthrax. I'll do everything in my power to help you make that happen. Yes, Madam Magistrate might not be aware of this as it happened before she was appointed. On the day I was selected to be the next general, Jue told me this. Beneath the full moon, guide the returning one to confront Threnodian. From the threat itself, he shall reclaim the power to conquer it. And if you are indeed the returning one mentioned here, we may actually get rid of that monster once and for all. You might have noticed something off about that moon. We call it the Void Plenilune. Once it fully takes shape, Overthrax, the Threnodian of War, would be reawakening soon. It is an ancient terror that reigns over our land, capable of devouring weapon frequencies to enhance itself. The Norfall Barrens have become a massive graveyard of weapons after countless battles. Those weapons would have made it even stronger than before. But we must act now. The Void Plenilune is already visible. We must contain the Threnodian swiftly. Any delay could allow it to recover and become harder to deal with. Fret not. Our enemy is strong, but not unbeatable. I am positive we will prevail. We'll get into the specifics once we reach our base. I've taken care of all the tacit discords nearby on my way here. The path ahead should be relatively safe now. Keep going and we'll reach the base soon.
Wait, is that?
Overthrax's towering statue, built from repurposed weapons and debris, has long loomed over Jinzhou as a foreboding symbol of our ongoing struggle. We managed to gravely injure it 3 years ago, making the statue sink into the water. And now it just resurfaced. Our enemy must be eager to strike. The Vanguard base is right up ahead. Let's hurry over.
Greetings, General.
Master Tianxing? Didn't know I'd be seeing you here.
Jianqin recently arrived at our base with one of the supply delivery teams. She has been a great help.
General, you flatter me. I've heard people comparing the Norfall Barrens to a massive graveyard. Whenever it rains, cries and moans can be heard as if many ghosts are weeping. Master once told me, life and death should follow a natural course. The heavens and the earth form a vast chamber where spirits freely depart and return. Countless brave souls have been trapped here by the evil powers of Overthrax. I want to help set them free.
Please follow me. Our main goal is to contain the reviving Threnodian, but we must beware of the tacit discords too. The Academy determined they were not native to the Norfall Barrens. After analyzing their behavior, I believe while the Overthrax is still weakened, we must seize the opportunity to act. With looming danger from the continued onsets of TD outbreaks and many of our units injured and unable to fight, please, join me in mapping out the strategic plans. I have split all combat units into 3. The ranged units team will provide fire support from afar, while we have the special task force of Rover, Yang, Janshin, and me. Allow me to introduce Kong Lin, leader of the ranged units team, and this is Yue Hui. He's in charge of This is a topographical map of the Norfall Barrens. The Overthrax's power limits are the deepest we ventured was 3 years ago, when we discovered the suspended ruins in its hinterland. But the terrain is treacherous, narrow and flanked by high cliffs on both sides, leaving only one path for our troops to travel. On the other hand, our enemy, with the Overthrax reorganizing every time we cut down an enemy, time is of the essence. We cannot afford. We must swiftly and safely get our Rover. Let's plan carefully. First, our ranged units. But we need to strategize based on the terrain. If we manipulate the terrain to our advantage, where should we deploy the ranged units? Deploying our ranged units high above the valleys in advance. This way, they'll provide cover for our close combat forces while staying safe themselves. Next, the infantry. They have been trained and equipped for close combat. The heart of Norfall Valley is our main battleground, where we'll fight our enemies head-on. How should the infantry engage enemy targets?
We could divert some forces to flank the enemy, disrupting their formation and gaining an edge. However, a successful outflank requires a wide battlefield, but the small passage of Norfall Barrens limits our options for movement. And we can't predict everything that will happen on the battlefield. Our diversion could leave our frontline vulnerable. It may not be the best strategy.
How should the infantry engage enemy targets?
To infiltrate enemy lines, a small group of our forces will enter through the gaps in their formation and attack from the rear. This maneuver takes time and requires caution to avoid detection, particularly in a valley where evasion is difficult. Small infiltration forces may stay hidden, but risk being overwhelmed by enemy attacks. Alternatively, diverting forces could lead to losing on the main front. We have little knowledge of what's happening behind enemy lines. Better not.
How should the infantry engage enemy targets? Now that the narrow terrain has dictated an inevitable confrontation, the infantry will attack head-on, breaking their line. Then our task force can strike where they're vulnerable. A reasonable choice. Lastly, the Special Task Force. All resonate. If the chance arises, what should the Special Task Force do? We'll join our effort to break through their defenses and crush their source of power. This is the only way to completely rout the enemies. It's a risky but necessary move. Thank you, Rover. I will now recap our plan. Kong Lin, your team will take the cliffs. Yuehui, your team will charge enemy lines to pave way for the special task force.
Yes, sir.
And I'll join Rover, Yang Yang, and Jian Xin to create an opening for our main forces and take down the Threnodian. Good. Our next move is to reclaim the disruptor and break through the ground wave barrier. Rover, do you see that iridescent veil? That's the ground wave barrier. One of our top priorities now is it's a powerful anti-Threnodian weapon from when Jinzhou was found. I'll leave it to the professional to explain the details.
Greetings, General GN.
How's the preparation going on your side?
We've got good news and bad news. Good news is we've established connection. Bad news is the disruptor's electric capacitor, simply put, it's out of power. Fortunately, there should be a backup power. To use the disruptor, we'll have to repair that. Any questions? By the way, this is a weapon of will they really approve our application?
Magistrate and I have it covered.
All right. We'll be waiting. Lastly, we've got more bad news.
Yes, Rover, I am currently monitoring the tacit discord attacks from the Academy to design a safer route for you. We just received word from our soldiers that the disruptor has been surrounded by the... After we recapture the nearby... I'll send you the coordinates of the disruptor and its backup energy port. We wish you the best of luck.
I trust we all understand the situation. Rover, Yang Yang, please go and secure the disruptor and fix its backup energy outlet. Jian Xin, please stay and guard the base. I'll draw those tacit discords away. Let's get moving.